Hello everyone, it's Zero here. Welcome to a review. Don't know why I said that weirdly. And it's the first day of calling it of Transformers Marathon. That's what I'm calling it because, as I mentioned, I am rewatching all of the Transformers movies, starting from the first one, which is from the Bayverse, from the first one all the way to Rise of the Beast. Even though I never did Rise of the Beast when it came out. Anyways, I don't know what I'm saying, so yes, today we'll be reviewing Transformers 2007. This is the first one that came out in 2007. I did not know about Transformers back then because I was about a year old when it came out in 2007, so I was probably I was still pretty young at the time. But either way, so I just finished watching this movie. I've watched it way too many stinking times. And what can I say? Still a good movie. It still holds up. The CGI still holds up to this very day. And so I would have to say the story is a little bit iffy. I mean, basically the first half of the well, pretty much the entire movie is basically finding what happened at the base that was attacked by the Decepticon. Obviously, because wonder how they got there in the first place. And the Autobots don't come to Earth until later on in the movie. But we are introduced to Sam Witwicky, who is played by I'm gonna butcher his name. Shia LaBeouf. I think I butchered his name, but we meet him in this movie. He's the main. I think he's the main protagonist from this movie to the third, because he's basically dead through 4 and 5. But we'll get to that later. So we're introduced to him. We're introduced to Michaela, who is played by Megan Fox, and along with other characters. Like we're introduced to Lennox and his team, then Sector 7, then Sam's parents, who don't do much in this movie, which, whatever. Another thing I can say is that the music, obviously played by Steve Jablinski. I think I butchered his last name as well. Awesome soundtrack, basically from this movie all the way to, well, skipping Bumblebee because that's a different sound. The composer's different for that one. To Rise of the Beast because he did. I think he did some of the Rise of the Beast music, but I don't know. I don't remember because it's been a while since I've seen the movie. But either way, I would say, well, I'm probably going to mention this in the upcoming reviews that I can see why this that this movie series from 1 to 5, I can see the flaws with, obviously, especially, well, my problem is the weirdness throughout these, or especially Revenge of the Fallen, oh god, and pretty much from this movie to The Last Night. Like, do we really need that stuff in these films? Like, do we really need this hear the certain dialogue that I'm not going to mention here? But if you guys have seen the movie, all 5 of them, you know what I mean. So I think that is unnecessary for this. Well, obviously it's been done. Obviously, I kind of wish that they didn't add that stuff in it, but it is what it is. But either way, I will get to another thing I don't like in Revenge of the Fallen when I do that one. But we'll talk about this one anyways. So I would have to say I really liked the designs of the Cybertronians, Autobots, Decepticons, the little mini con that was in this one. I think it was a mini Decepticon, mini con, what do you call it? Who basically got broke Megatron out. Broken, well, made Megatron unfrozen. Because he was in cryostasis pretty much before the battle. And let me tell you, these battles are insane. They're awesome, insane, and the chaos happens pretty much all the way to the last night. There's a lot of explosions, which I really do like in these movies, because I also like seeing robots fighting each other, because that's basically what Transformers is about. Because the war between the Autobots and Decepticons going on in this universe, well, basically in the franchise, obviously. And I would have to say that some of the explosions are like in certain scenes and basically in some of these movies, sort of, I don't know, well, kind of, they're a little bit here and there, but what can I say? Explosions, robots fighting each other, especially in big cities. We'll get to that one in Dark Moon. Let me tell you about that one when I get to it. But I would say the final battle was pretty awesome in this one, especially when I first watched it the first time. It was very awesome, especially all of them. I mean, what can I say? So, I would. I also do have to admit that again with these flaws that these movies have, I think they're pretty good to watch, minus the weirdness slash weird dialogue as well, among other things that I won't mention on here because, yeah, I don't want to. And you guys basically know that I obviously do have a soft spot for these movies. Like, I can see why that people might not like them, and that's okay. I mean, as long as you're not hurting anyone or not going after each other, so it is what it is. As long as you like what you like, it's fine from there. So, what else can I say about this movie? Obviously the CGI, as I mentioned, it still holds up to this very day. Like, still holds up because this was made in 2007, as I mentioned earlier. But yeah. So I think that's all I want to say about Transformers 2007. I'm calling it Transformers 1, not the one that's coming out next month. This is the first Transformers live action, I meant. So I know I'm probably forgetting things, but I'm just going what I just watched, okay? But either way, good movie. Next will be Revenge of the Fallen, and we'll go from there. So, what else can I say? Good movie, minus the whole weirdness, other dialogue that, yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. So that is my review of Transformers. Stay tuned for Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, and we'll go from there. So, as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Toodles!